Hey!
Welcome to the Bourbon Van. I'm Phil.
I'm Julie. Happy Thursday. Happy day before Advent.
Oh my goodness. It's starting. It's happening. We are so excited for this. The Advent tournament this year, just so you know, the entire way through, the camera worked fine. It's all in 4K. Not only that, the microphones worked fine. So you can hear us and see us the entire time.
Love it.
Very well. And there's already so many. Look at all the people in here already. How are all these people getting in my room?
I love it. I love it. Let's say hi to everybody.
We're going to do that. Would you like to? We have a cork pop tonight that we have to get to. I'd like to get that open and poured.
So a little
so it'll
air.
breathe. Yeah, because she's a bit of a hot one.
Yeah.
We hope that everybody had a wonderful Thanksgiving. We hope that you are ready for a wonderful holiday season. And would you like to do the honors here?
Yeah. Do you want to introduce? Because this is our giveaway today as well.
Driftless Glen Single Barrel Selection, the Bourbon Van, the Bourbon Judge, and Bourbon of the Week. All together, you can purchase this bottle at sharedpour.com, and you can win one tonight, potentially. That's what we're doing with the Super Chats tonight. $5 gets you an entry. For every $5, you get another entry.
I love it.
And
we did a live stream when we picked this.
That's right.
It was a while ago, so I can't tell you what it was, but I know we did it at some point. Are we ready?
Yeah, I am.
I feel like this is cat's going crazy already.
Cat's destroying the house.
I feel like this is good for the kickoff to the Advent tournament. Ooh.
Here we go. Oh boy.
Oh, it was a nice
Very
thump.
nice. Very nice. 125 proof, aged 7 years, 11 months. This one, by the way. So that's going to be a fun one, certainly. Okay. So we got a lot of people in the house tonight. We've already got Super Chats coming in. So some of us are going to have some catching up to do.
Sorry for the reach over.
Marty from Whiskey Nose is in the house. Good to see you. With a big happy holidays right off the bat. That's a guy who's in a festive mood.
I love it.
Not only him, the Beckers are back.
Hey, Bill.
Bill and Wendy Becker, so great to see you. And of course, he had to one-up Marty there with the 10:01.
Love it.
That's just a gentlemanly maneuver there, I think.
A Becker special? Should we say a Becker special?
We can call it that. Absolutely. Kathy Huey, great to see you. Leslie Lockett, Rebel and Leslie both in the house. Chris Jenkins, good to see you. Ruby Hart, ready to talk some tournament smack. She's going to, she's got that attitude coming in.
I love it.
I like it. That's great.
I like when everyone's excited for the tournament. I'm excited.
I'm so excited. I've been spending a lot of time editing, getting excited. The more that I edit, the more I remember all the good times that we once had.
The good times, the tears, the frustration.
There's plenty of that. Yeah, we'll talk about some of that at some point tonight. Rusty in the house. Did we say that already? Maybe.
You can never say hi to Rusty enough.
No, you can.
Yeah.
Jim Bandy. Cold and damp in Carlton. Cold and damp here. Julie woke up and found snow on the ground. I slept long enough that I didn't deal with it.
It was, I think, I'm almost positive, the first snow of the year already. In town. We usually don't get in-town snow till after the holidays. So
something's bothering me about this camera, and I think it's blurry right now. And I can't tell if it's our feed or if I somehow messed that up. So sorry, everybody, that you had to see that. That seems a little bit better to me. DK Tucker in the house.
Maybe
good
it's
to
just
see
a
you.
Natural filter.
Is that it? That
like
we
just
have a glow about us?
Yeah.
I hope that's the case.
I'm going to fake this one out.
Sorry if it looks funny, everybody. I don't know. It still looks a little weird to me, but the whole screen does. Maybe there's something wrong with me.
It's fair.
Hang on. We got to get this guy up there because it's my favorite avatar in all of Whiskey Tube Land. Good to see you, Jeff.
Oh, Whiskey Tube Land. I love that.
Katie Two Cats is here, of course. Joe not in the house. Just saw Joe driving I think it was a Model T on Instagram. Very cool.
Nice.
Wendell Wilson in the house. John Matlick, good to see you. Nathan Clark, fantastic to see you. Richie Z, look at this. All of our friends are here. All our rowdy friends.
Everybody's here.
And Eric Gunderson, Dr. Eric Gunderson in the house tonight. He's at the hospital. And then he's messaging us from the hospital.
I know.
Mid-procedure.
I hope so.
Yeah.
I hope it's just like, hold on a second. My favorite YouTube channel ever is about to start, and I need to stop what I'm doing.
Rusty says he ordered a Driftless and just checked, and Sharedport canceled my shipment. Some funny things happening over there. They're very busy right now this time of year in general. But there's something going on with orders lately. We haven't. We just started hearing about it over the last couple of days. So if you have an issue and you would like us to check on us, let us know. Pages and Pours actually reached out to us already, and I need to follow up on that. By the way, speaking of the Bill Becker special, this is the Bill Becker special right here. Look at this.
Throwing it down is right.
That's called Splash in the Pot. And good on you, Bill. Thank you very much. And you are in. People complimenting the cork pop as you should. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Yes. And thank you, Bill. That's much too generous.
Happy tournament eve. Absolutely. I can't wait to talk about the tournament. And I'm going to be on pins and needles. Like I have to be very careful about what I say. I don't want to give anything away.
Well, I know. So we talked about this last time we had a live stream, that we recorded it ahead of time because it was completely blind. I mean, every year it's blind, but this year was very, very blind. Yeah. And as we didn't even know what bottles were in until after the tournament was over, or we eliminated something. So it's been fun, like during the editing process, to kind of relive everything.
There's a few times where we started saying something about a whiskey and nailed it, and there's a bunch of times where we did not. So
I'm legitimately gonna have to watch it on my end, because all of a sudden the other day I realized that on the last day of the tournament, we always pick something from the tournament to go into eggnog, and I wasn't even thinking about it the entire time.
Absolutely. Drifting Drams in the house tonight. Glamour Shots filter. Is it really blurry, or is it just me? Are you guys seeing that too? I don't know what more I can do about it. The camera is fully clear, so
I've got the worst vision in the world, so I'm not a good person to ask that question. But I feel like we look all right. You do look. I don't know.
I look blurry. You look clear. It's probably, I don't know. It's probably the angle or the lighting or something. I don't know. Anyways, AJ Mountain Biker in the house. Good to see you. We got people from all over the country in here. CNC Tiki Deck. This is fantastic. Okay. I'm thirsty.
That's fair.
And we do have some ground to cover. Not a ton, actually. Yeah. But would you like to have a sip of this?
Is this the one, or are we going to
Should we set it aside?
Set that aside?
Let's start with the Bull Run pick. I saw Ruby said that she's sipping on that one tonight.
Oh, excellent.
And boy, oh boy, I'm so excited about this pick. The Bull Run looks clear there. Thank you, John. A little bit blurry. Okay. So we've got... It could just be our internet, which the last couple of days, as it's gotten very cold here, has been not good.
We did. It used to be like hidden snug underneath leaves and a deck. Yeah. And now it's just kind of exposed to the elements. So
right. Possible. Yes. The Bourbon Van's internet has been exposed.
It's crap internet anyway. So
it is crap internet. William Reynolds in the house. Good to see you. Joe, the sample guy, as well. And
you did that one. Oh,
I can do that one. We got a different glass over here. By the way, if you're a Patreon who gave us a sample or multiple samples for this tournament, we are sending something your way. So just double check that your address is correct in Patreon, if you would. And if you're not a Patreon and you're thinking about it, it's a great time to be a Patreon, because why?
Because you get an extra entry into being a potential winner for the Advent tournament.
You double your chances of winning the Advent tournament, yes.
All the current Patreons are like, stop talking about that. You're taking away our chance to win.
The blurriness will degree says we have some whiskey. That's a good call there, Nathan.
Yeah. Can we talk about this Bull Run pick a second?
We can, yeah. And then I want to get to Marty's question about the van transformation.
Oh, good question.
Because there's been ups and downs there.
Yeah. It's been a bit of a roller coaster.
By the way, fewer than 50 Bull Run single barrels were left yesterday. I don't know where we're at now. Yeah. But we haven't really started promoting that in earnest just yet. So they're going to go quickly, I think, over the next week.
The one thing I want to say is that it's delicious. And I'm not just saying
well
that.
Said.
I'm not just saying that because we picked it. I mean, I could be like, taste it, be like, well, it's fine.
No, I'm really proud of this pick.
I am too. And everybody, when we don't have live streams all the time, I forget what we have and haven't talked about. But we recently did that Whiskey Fest. The Beer and Whiskey Fest.
Right, Drink Beyond the Vine.
And the Bull Run was like
sold out.
Like a slam dunk. It was like a favorite among,
I mean, there were a lot of distilleries there. There were a lot of breweries there. And that's the one thing that people kept coming back for. So we were really excited about that. And if you were there, we had a great time. Say hi. We had a great time meeting you and chatting with you. We spent hours there, and it was honestly a really, really fun day. The Wine Country Whiskey Trail, it's a mouthful, but they're doing cool things. I'm really excited about what they'll do in the future. Yeah. The distilleries, the breweries, all kinds of fun. If you haven't seen that video, came out 2 Mondays ago. It was all kinds of fun. Marty wants to know. Actually, you know what? Let's have a sip.
Oh, I already did. It's delicious.
You didn't cheers me?
I'm off my game. Hey, cheers, everybody. Horrible. I mean, not this. Horrible that I didn't cheers. I really am off my game.
Marty wants to know, how's the van transformation coming? I can tell you this.
It's coming along.
The flares on the sides are in. We now have 6 foot 10 inches end to end of sleeping room in the van. So I can finally lay straight and stretch out and not feel like I'm about to burst through the edge of the van.
I feel like there's going to be a cute little nook for Mavis.
There's going to be a bunch of them, yeah.
Yeah. When you say flares, I immediately think of like decoration on the side of the van. But no, we're talking about...
I thought you were going to say like that crazy airplane that shoots the flares out.
Oh, yes. Sorry, I got distracted
Mavis is about
to
tip over one of the holiday decorations over here. She's nuts.
That shoot the... Oh, like when it goes like in a circle?
Yeah, somebody knows what that's called. You can let us know. But that's done. The AC is installed. The fan has been moved to a new location. There's a little snafu with the... there we go. She's tipping it over. There's a little issue with a power supply, and the water has been installed as well. The tank, the new 25-gallon tank. So it's coming along. I hope that next week we'll have it. They have to rearrange where a solar panel is on the roof. Things had to move. There's not a ton of space up there, so still trying to figure that out. But yeah.
I think it's going to be great. I am nervous. Like, we keep getting calls every day about some other, whoops, we didn't see this coming, or this little thing needs to move, or whatever. And so I'm anxious to see it in its final format. She's being so good. Look at her.
Look at this baby girl. What? She's too cute.
Come on. Maybe we just need to sit her like this, just on her little hind legs.
She just wants to be a part of the scene.
Maybe that's the ticket.
Look at how small her nose is, everybody. I want everybody to notice. Let's see what else is going on here. Slapshot in the house. Teresa Martinez. Just got my Bull Run pick and Penelope Rose cask. Cheers. Having a cocktail. Remember the Maine. Oh, that's a lovely sounding name.
Wait, is that the name of the cocktail?
I think so. I feel like I've heard of this one. Let us know. What is that?
I would love to know what it is. Yeah.
Bill Becker needs some Texas whiskey advice. Son's moving to Dallas. Whiskey's from Balcones, Milam and Green. I think that's how you say it. Iron Root, Andalusia, Still Austin. I would say Still Austin has been fantastic. They just gave us a bunch of stuff. We're going to do a flight of it next month because they've been so generous to us.
We've had. I don't know if I've ever had Milam and Green.
Milam and Green, we've never had that one. No, I've only seen it in Chicago.
Yeah. Oh. We will say this about Texas whiskey: we do like it.
Yeah.
And you are good about picking it out on our 5-Sip Fridays.
Usually I do okay. Canadian Chris in the house. Good to see you. Kathy Huey, thank you very much. And you are definitely in. Yeah, Advent, by the way, first, if you haven't gotten your brackets filled out, do that right away. Go to thebourbonvan.com, fill out one for me and one for Julie. And don't forget, there are 2 brackets. If you've only filled out one for Julie, because it seems like 5 more people filled out Julie's bracket that didn't fill out mine, you got to fill out mine too.
And I'm going to say, I feel like I'm not the easier choice of who's if you're only going to choose one.
Yeah.
I feel like mine's not the easiest route to go.
The cat is up here trying to figure out how to get to the computer so she can bite it. She's obsessed with biting electronics.
Yeah.
But 9 a.m. Pacific time, that video drops tomorrow.
I was going to say, we've been talking about the Advent tournament, but that is the one detail we have not talked about, which is today's the last, technically today is the last day. The entry closes, you said 9 a.m., 8 a.m., 9 a.m.?
8:30 a.m. is when entries close tomorrow, but don't wait that long because
just in case
the app that we're using for the entries, I don't know where they are. And to be completely honest, I can't figure out how to change the time zone. Oh, so I'm going to manually make sure that as of 8:30 tomorrow morning, it's shut off.
So it could be Eastern time. Ooh, yeah, that's tricky. Yeah.
So I have no way of changing that. It may be a manual toggle at 8:30 my time tomorrow.
Yeah.
All right, let's see what we got here. I think that was all we had to cover for the tournament. I guess there's a couple of things that I want to mention. Number one, keep in mind when you're when you're watching these videos, be kind. There's three things to keep in mind. Number one is we have no idea what's in that tournament. We had no indication whatsoever. It could have been anything: American whiskey, rye, single malts, bourbon, of course. And so we don't know.
I love you're covering your bases ahead of time.
I'm just saying.
Don't be
if
surprised.
you think it's easy, try it yourself. And so if your bottles, if something that you thought would move ahead doesn't move ahead,
sorry.
Be nice.
It's so funny because you are more concerned about that. I'm just like, it's it's the Wild West out there in the tournament. Like you just whatever day it is whatever, one that moves forward.
And our palates change every day, and we're not experts. That's number two that I want to keep in mind.
We better start, we're either going to have to shut the channel down soon or become experts, because I feel like there's a certain years that you're allowed to do this and have to then.
Yeah, but you drink gin all summer. We drink beer. We like all kinds of things. We're really
we'll never be experts, but no, I feel like we're moved out of the novice.
I'll read a whiskey book every now and again,
sure,
and then I'll forget every word of it 3 weeks later. I don't study it. I just enjoy it. And I think a lot of you are probably the same way.
You beat me by about 2.5 weeks. Or no, I beat you by about 2.5 weeks.
On remembering things?
Yeah.
Yeah. And then the third thing is, if you did give us a whiskey, and if we're a little bit harsh on it,
no!
Don't take it seriously.
You're so
don't
funny.
Take it personally. It's not.
You're giving too much away.
I just don't want people to be upset.
No one's going to be upset.
All right, Mark, thank you very, very much. Prepped with a JD Rye single barrel tasting. Yeah.
A little sideways to start.
Yeah, absolutely. You are in, and yeah, Jack Daniel's Rye single barrel. That's good stuff.
Good. I like Ruby there. Both your brackets are a crapshoot. Yeah. Completely. There's some really interesting. Once we finished recording and we got to see what everything was, I was like, I felt spoiled, and I was like, I don't know what some of these are. There were so many that I had never tasted before. So it really is a crapshoot this year, because it's one thing when we've tasted it and you guys have watched videos or we've talked about things that, were in common, but there was so much that we've never tasted before. So
yeah,
literally it is tasting it for the first time. You're getting the first experience. So
yeah. And a huge thank you to those of you that did donate whiskeys. It's honestly, we were introduced to a lot of new things. By the way, every week throughout the tournament, we will have a live stream.
Oh yeah.
Next Thursday, Julie will be out of town. I have a special guest. You don't even realize this.
I know. I was I kept trying to guess who you were going to have on. I'm just, kept saying names or people. Well, obviously, you could have an animal, I suppose. But
do you want to know? Are you ready to find out who the special guest is for next week? The ever mysterious, enigmatic, unflappable.
This is great. Have you practiced this?
Peach Coke.
Oh, he agreed to be on?
He agreed to it. Wow, he's never been seen ever before. And he's going to be here.
Yeah.
How fun is that?
He's the Sasquatch of the Pacific Northwest. Yeah. I can't believe it. Where is Peach Coke? I feel defeated that he's not on. I can't believe
he's a busy guy. It's the holiday season, I
actually mentioned that originally. I'm you should see if Peach Coke wants to be on.
He said he consulted his priest and his lawyers, and they agreed that he could be on.
That's so funny.
He's the one who organized all these matchups. He did a great job. And
he's an expert. I don't know if he's an expert, but he's much more of a whiskey nerd than we are.
Yeah. CNC Tiki Deck is drinking to the last day of hurricane season. I'll drink to that.
Hey, I just read that actually. It feels like we're getting snow, and it feels like I guess it's all the fronts colliding, so it makes sense that it's that time of year.
Remember, the main is rye whiskey, kochi, vermouth, cherry liqueur, and spray your glass with absinthe and cherry for garnish. I love a glass that has been rinsed with absinthe.
Sounds a bit Manhattan-y.
Yeah. It's almost like a Sazerac with the
rye. That's right. The
rye, the absinthe.
Yeah.
Interesting. Yeah, I'd try that one.
Yeah.
By the way, if you're a Patreon, next week we are going to show you in a video how to turn your Bull Run whiskey pick into the best Irish cream you've ever had.
Well, we have to do that first.
Well, we got the recipe from Bull Run, from Jen at Bull Run. We got to try it last week.
I will say
it was awesome.
I will say I tried it, and I like a good Irish cream, especially during the holidays. We just throw it in your coffee. We've been doing decaf, which is we both decided that we're now officially old because we're drinking decaf at night so that we can put Irish cream in it.
How are we supposed to continue making videos at the pace that we're making them if we're not at least like taking some time off from whiskey here and there?
But I will say I got to try the one that we're gonna attempt to make. It's good. And
yeah, hopefully that video is not a calamity. It could be. It
was lights out good. I mean, there's probably a reason. I mean, and it had like legitimate, delicious bourbon in it. It's bourbon, right? In it?
In the Irish cream?
Yeah.
It's our pick. It's American whiskey.
No, I know, but like in Irish cream in general.
It's Irish whiskey.
Oh, it's Irish whiskey. Because
Yeah.
like when we get it for
This is American cream.
Oh, because
I
know, because we always get like the Kirkland Irish cream. And I was like, I don't know. This one was like so much more decadent, and you don't need to obviously mix it with anything like coffee, say.
Man, this coat's like crazy. If you want our Bull Run pick or our Driftless Glen pick, go to thebourbonvan.com and click on single barrels. And it'll show you everything that we have available at sharedpour.com, or go to sharedpour.com and search the Bourbon Van.
Yeah.
Kathy Huey says, just enjoy your whiskey. Try not to get too serious. Yeah, I think that's the key.
During the tournament?
Just in general.
Oh, in general. I know.
Yeah. Canadian Chris says, you're saying you're equal opportunity alcohol consumers. I would agree with that too.
I am 1,000%, except for I can't. I'm going to break some hearts here because I know a lot of our Patreons are way more wine connoisseurs. I like going wine tasting, but it's just not a thing I can get into. I keep getting headaches.
That's why you can't get into it.
Yeah.
Wendell Wilson, speaking of the good stuff, Woodinville Rye and bacon flavored Cheez-Its tonight. That sounds like
Is that a new Cheez-It?
Is that a country song? Rye whiskey and bacon Cheez-Its.
Maybe. I've never heard of bacon Cheez-Its before. Crazy.
Bill Becker got a strategy there for he and Wendy. This is a nice message from Peach Coke right here. If you're upset about anything, it's his fault.
It's totally.
Yeah. We said
he's the worst.
multiple times throughout the tournament. He did a great job.
Yeah. Well, see, I don't want to give things away.
No.
Yeah, but at some point, I was like, we did break bad on it. We were like, what was he thinking? And then like we tried something. We're like, dang it, sorry, Peach Coke. This is a good matchup.
Bill's already upset with Peach Coke preemptively.
Oh, it's funny. If anything, we had a good time.
Yeah, it was a great time for us. It was really fun, and it's editing has actually been a riot because I have to go through it multiple times to get everything sort of shortened down, because some of these are like 2-hour long tastings that I'm trying to turn into 20-minute videos or less.
I know, which is still too long.
It's
like no one's gonna hang in that.
But if I'm having a good time watching it, I'm like, I bet some people are gonna watch this and enjoy it.
I do want to say, and we shouldn't promote this because we want you to watch the whole thing, but Phil is adding chapters. So if you choose to say like, I don't have 20 minutes, we still want you to watch the video. Just get to the good stuff.
Right.
But you know us, we say the most random stuff at the most random time. So you do want to stick
I actually
around.
thought about sharing some of the thumbnails so that you would know what to look forward to, and I'm not even going to do it. Just ridiculous.
You mean tonight?
Yeah, I was going to share a couple of thumbnails tonight.
Coke is a bot.
He's not a bot. I'll prove it. Yeah. He'll be here in person.
How will anybody know, though? You could just be hoodwinking. Isn't that what it's hoodwinking?
He might be hoodwinking. Hey, MJ's in the house. Good to see you.
Hey! And we got to see her at the Whiskey Fest.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah, EJ and MJ were there. Darren Toy, some of our Patreons folks were there. That was great. Darren got himself a little FaceTime on YouTube,
which is so funny because I didn't even know that. That's like the one time I record, and he did mention, he's like, "Oh, I got a little FaceTime on the video," and sure enough, there it was. Good timing.
Let's see here. Ruby wants to know, what day did we record the finale?
Like the actual day,
November 10. We hustled. We got it all done. We started in mid-October.
It was We started after in like late October. We hustled.
We did hustle, yeah.
Yeah, I had a couple rough mornings. But I feel like
We were so excited when we got through the first round. We were like, all of the double headers are done. From now on, it's just one tasting a day or one head-to-head a day. It helped so much.
I do think at some point during the tournament, and Phil will probably be getting to this point where we're just like, we've already gone through all of this. Let's just
some of the videos later on are going to be like 6.5 minutes long. Now that'll be stretching them. MJ went to Branch Point over the weekend and bought 2 bottles of their rye, which is amazing.
Have you cork popped it yet? We talked about this. I want to just put this out there, but we did talk about this at the event, and we got a little baby sample, and I thought the rye was just spectacular. And I was that person that was like, you have an extra bottle behind the. Can I? And they're like, no, we actually. It
was literally the first time Julie's ever flexed
I've
that
ever
influencer
tried.
muscle.
I was like, come on, I'll talk it up or whatever. And it was just for their, I was gonna say the co-op, but like the people that are part of the program. So this is, I think, the first not legitimate, but the first time that it's been available for public consumption versus just the private events.
What, you're right. Yeah, they've got their whiskey club, and that seems to be, it sells out so quickly every time.
Yeah.
Definitely, if you're in the neighborhood at Branch Point, go check out their rye when it releases.
Yeah.
What do you think of this Bull Run whiskey?
I love it.
Yeah, it's such a. It's vanilla and maple and oak, and as far as like well-aged stuff goes that doesn't get bitter, to me this is like the perfect example of a super aged whiskey that is perfectly balanced.
Yeah, I don't know if this is good or bad, but you wouldn't know it's like super aged. Like aged,
I think you would.
Aged to me, well, that's true. There is a nice richness about it, but it's light and fruity and caramely and delicious. It's just, it feels like dessert. I know Ruby said she's drinking it at home, so I would love to hear what you think, because I know that you just got that bottle. Was it just this week?
How many stars do you give it out of 10? Do you give it 15 stars out of 10?
And
what's the scale?
And we do honestly want to know people's opinions of our picks, because we don't do that many, and so we really want to make sure that we nail the picks that we do.
Yeah.
And I would never pick something that I didn't like. And I mean, I don't remember when that live stream was that we did this, probably like
Speaking
6 or 8 months.
Speaking of things that we like.
Yeah.
You didn't mess around on these Triplets Glen pours tonight, did you?
I got a little heavy-handed. I got a little Julie poured.
You didn't hesitate on those.
And Phil fills
and Julie pours.
Yeah.
Yeah. We by the way, we have one other thing to tell you about tonight, if you didn't already know. And most of you probably don't. But
I don't.
We've sort of been, over the past year, determining what is it that makes the Bourbon Van channel the Bourbon Van channel. Exactly what is the balance of outdoors, travel, van life, and whiskey content works for us. And what we discovered is people want more whiskey with a little hint of what else we're up to. And so in the spirit of that, I really love editing and producing videos where we're outside, where we're running.
That's usually just like you've been doing that for well before this channel ever started.
Yeah, they're basically home videos. Yeah. And I've been doing that for years. And so we added we changed the name of that other channel just today, and we're now calling it Bourbon Van Travels.
I like it.
And so that is the other channel that's going to be exclusively travel, outdoors, that sort of thing. So if you're interested in that, if you like that side of the Bourbon Van, you can check that out. We're really going to focus more on whiskey with some lighter travel fare and touring fare this year, which I know some of you are very excited to hear, because a lot of our outdoor stuff, people are like, can you just talk about whiskey?
Yeah, and I totally get that. 100%. I mean, that's why you guys are here. And be nice on that other channel, because some of those videos are like 10 years old.
Some of them are older than that.
Yeah, you'll see us go like, the weight gain is real and the weight loss is real, and then like
those videos,
the music is like of the,
those videos date back to when we lived in Chicago.
I love it.
It's been around for a long time. Bill Becker says the Trails End pick was amazing. It absolutely was. They actually have offered us multiple times to do another one with them. So I thought we would wait a little while and then find out if that's what people are interested in.
I flippin' loved that.
We got like 4 of them, and we only have one left.
I was gonna say, like, I wish I would have thought ahead. And I wanted more out into the world, which is why we were like, there's only X amount available. And we only got a couple, but we've drank through them. We share it.
Yeah.
I thought it was so good. I can't wait to do another one. So
yeah, we love pretty much everything that Clear Creek Distillery does.
Yeah.
By the way, there's a new Lost Lantern blend that has some McCarthy's in it.
Is that
I'm hearing is
Colorado?
I don't know where they're based, but Lost Lantern does like picks of all kinds of different places. We got to try one of theirs this year. That was excellent. But their newest one, I think, is a celebration of all things single malt, peated single malt in America. I could be wrong about that, but I've become kind of a big fan of what they do, even after I've only tasted one or two of their things. But anything that includes McCarthy's is probably gonna be pretty good. So that Lost Lantern is one to have a look at if you didn't know about it.
I do feel like we drank a Lost Lantern this summer at some point.
We did. It was a 5 Sip Friday that was made with, I believe, who's the Colorado distillery? Not Breckenridge, the other one. Boulder.
That's why I
Boulder
was thinking,
Spirits.
like, this was like, this is the Colorado one,
an
because
awesome whiskey.
I remember drinking that one, and don't quote me on this, but my words were, I don't know what this is, but I want to drink. Like, I want this bottle.
We need to get to Colorado so that we can visit that distillery.
Yeah,
Boulder Spirits seems amazing.
It was really good.
Jim Bandy says your Bull Run pick is the bomb, and we agree. So good. Andretzky wants to know what's up with Oregon liquor stores. 100 of them has one bottle, and then a store in Salem will have like 30 bottles. Yeah.
This might be thing that you guys talk about next week, actually, because there's a real...
Yeah, Peach Coke has his finger on the pulse of that.
Yeah, I was going to say unfair, distribution system. Not unfair, just like they got lazy or something at some point.
Yeah, I just
they're like, just go it all to this one store. And
anytime you're doing something state run, it's a complicated system, and there's a lot of ins and outs that are, I don't know. Some of it's good, some of it's not. I mean, that's the nature of things. MJ always loves the picks, and you are in.
And that cute little dog. I will say that I will take the pricing that we get here
absolutely
over any difficulties that may arise.
Yeah. Bourbon Van Travels is already out there. It exists. It's public. You can go to youtube.com/at symbol. No, not even the at symbol, just Bourbon Van Travels.
You should probably throw it in the chat.
I probably should. If I knew exactly what the URL was, I would do it.
We'll figure it out.
If anybody has it, share the URL in the chat, please.
I could probably look it up real quick as I'm sitting here. Yeah, and be nice.
Look at this.
I've had some wild...
Charles Anten is in his top 3 of 23. Thank you, Richie.
Nice.
We actually might need to do a specific Oregon-based top 5 of 2023 because there have been some unbelievable whiskeys that we've gotten to know this year.
I didn't even think about... Thank you, Richie, because I didn't even think about... When we are, of course, thinking about the list for the end of the year, what the 2023 that we liked the most. I didn't even think about including like Trails Anten.
Right.
At all. Yeah.
So Ruby, I just want to assure you that what we do, like especially like our Dunes video, and the Paradise Campground video and Diamond Lake, that sort of stuff, we will continue to do that. We just wanted a place for like when we did the ride around Crater Lake. Yeah. Like that's the type of video it probably wind up on the other channel because it had nothing to do with whiskey at all. Didn't get it. Honestly, wasn't viewed at all. Yeah. That sort of thing will probably be on the other channel. Yeah, I will say that anything that has whiskey content in it, which is obviously we drink a lot of whiskey, so whiskey content is involved, is going to be on the Bourbon Van channel. We are, and we can talk about this too, and then we're going to do a Patreon live stream to kind of go through like our plans for 2024. Weird to say 2024. But anything that's like Phil's been doing a lot of running diaries. We've now they're going to start publishing soon. Yeah. And it's winter. It's winter. So we'll probably do like snowshoes and hikes and stuff. Anything that's just kind of more outdoorsy, 0% like about whiskey. We'll probably just stick on that channel just so that it's not so confusing. We like to make an annual slideshow of like photos from the year and that kind of stuff. It's honestly home videos for the Bourbon Van. And I'm not gonna lie, we're gonna tempt you on the Bourbon Van channel like with like shorts or whatever and say like, come see us, more of us over here. But, right. Yeah. Some of the videos where you've seen us running during the video, if you go to TBV Travels, you can see the entire running video of that. Daryl Hudson will be on my bull run tomorrow night. Absolutely. We just did a flight that'll air in January. Like we're on the air. It'll publish in January. We're actually recording videos for January already, which is crazy to think about. But it includes a bottle that Daryl actually gifted to us a while back. Rusty says the Trail's End was stellar, one of the best whiskeys I have had. Now that's saying something.
Well, that is saying something because Rusty has a solid collection.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
Yeah.
Based on the pile of samples that he sent us recently. And pile is probably the best way to say it.
I'm looking for that. Handle.
It was called Northwest Traveler. It may still show up as that if you Google search it.
We'll see. We are. I've never searched the Bourbon Man in Google before, and I was like, "Hey, look at that!"
Julie has been a part of this channel. We're in year 4. She's never once Googled to see if we're actually on the internet.
That's your job.
For all you know, these are all bots that we're talking to right now.
Totally.
Amazing. You can see exactly how involved Julie is in the digital side of things. By the way, I
get enough of that crap during my work day. I don't want to deal with all the analytics at night.
Eric C says, cheers, everyone. The Bull Run bottle's a stellar pick. We'd give it a 10 out of 5, I think is the scale. All flavors are ramped up. Yes. And for 15-year age, it is an amazing bottle, bunker worthy. I agree. Yeah. Get them if you haven't. Honestly, this bottle's so good.
Yeah.
I'm a huge fan of it. I would put this in my top 10 of the year, this bottle. This one in the Trail's End. Certainly the Fiddler is a great pick. We've got some stuff that I need to get into yet. Mm-hmm. If the Beckers are on still, and I suspect they are, you might recognize this bottle right here behind Julie. It's an old 55 double oaked bottle. Yeah. That's double oaked, 2 years in their smaller barrels, followed by 6 years in the bigger barrels. I don't know if you guys got your hands on that. My brother went down there and bought it and shipped it to me.
I know we were like
so stoked to have that bottle. I can't believe we've got that. I can't wait to cork pop it.
I can't believe that he did that. We've been out of Old 55 for a long time. Like we've been kind of like
we've got the cask strength, but the bottled and bond
sipping on like all of them because it's just not something that we can get.
Yeah,
we need to work on our SEO for the other channel.
Well, I just changed the name of it today. Christmas songs playlist. If you guys did not check out last week, Friday, we released a holiday music and whiskey pairing for your holidays. If you have not checked out that playlist yet, go to that video from last Friday. It's got a link on it to go to Spotify. Spotify, the Bourbon Van, I suppose is what we are on there. Mm-hmm. A very Bourbon Van Christmas. Is that what I called it? I don't remember. But we've been.
Oh, I found it.
I've been curating for a while Spotify holiday music, and I thought that was a nice. I think it's 5 hours long with holiday music, so it's not your normal like jingo stuff. Like it's fun.
I know. I kind of felt back, so I was like, well, anyway. Did you put in the album that I was listening to today at work?
Biji Adair?
Yeah,
I did not because she's got like I think she has like 6 different piano albums, and it's just piano. Oh, it's not really jazz or anything. It's just
there's only
polite cocktail party music.
So it is polite cocktail. There was like one album that I was listening to at work today, and it was just I think we have a holiday playlist that is something. The one that we provided was you said 6 hours.
I have one that's like
13 or something.
No, it's like 36 hours.
Yeah, 36 hours. And every time I download it during the holiday,
you can't add them all to a playlist that you're gonna give away to people. Like because they'll be like, "Who's gonna listen to this?"
No, and nobody would. But I do remember I recently just downloaded the holiday playlist. I do it once a year and then it has to come off my phone. But I downloaded it and then I got the notification. And I have like an enormous amount of gigs on my phone. It was like, you've tapped out. Like there's so much music that I've tapped out.
My bad.
Like, yeah.
Here we go. DK Tucker's got that link for us, everybody. If you're not subscribed to it and you like our outdoor content, definitely check that out. And thank you, Doug, for that.
I was like, I just got to it.
Doug got there before you did.
I know.
Kind of by a lot.
Oh, thanks, Doug. I don't know if I ever called you Doug before. That's funny. I was called DK.
Everybody's got a nickname. Rusty loved the Crater Lake video. Thank you. I was really excited about that video. It was a kind of a perfect mix of everything that we are as a channel. It was silliness in front of a campfire or in front of a fireplace. It was a beautiful trail run. It was a good time at the event, whatever it is.
Did we trail run? during that video.
The Wine Country Whiskey Trail when we went to the
Oh, I thought
Drink
you
Beyond
were
the
talking
Vine.
about Crater Lake.
Oh, he did say Crater Lake. My bad.
I was like, what are you talking about?
Ignore me. If you see me running in a Whiskey Nose video, call the police.
Sting. Sorry. Just watching all the stuff.
Yeah, we're watching, what is it? Only Murders in the Building?
I've been trying to get Phil to watch it for like years. And we finally ran out of stuff to watch. And now you're hooked. I think it's great. The cat's about to jump, so I'm just don't freak out.
Nope, she's going down the other direction. She decided not to. Well, you have Patreon reciprocity with the Bourbon Van Travel channel. I don't know what you mean. It's fully public. The other channel is fully public. I don't know that there's anything to do there. A couple of people have asked us, would we do a Patreon thing for that channel? Maybe at some point. I'm not sure what we would do differently with it.
Yeah, that would just be supporting the channel. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's just so random. Like
it's random and small.
It's definitely not something that we're like, I don't want to say invested in posting. Like on this channel, we try to post every week. And
the other channel is a genuine hobby,
like a
interest-based, event-based. If we do something, great. And if we don't, it's not the end of the world. But this is the channel that's our focus. The other one is, if we have something cool to share, we will.
Yeah.
Diego got himself the Bull Run bottle from Shared Pour.
Nice.
Thank you for purchasing it. We hope you love it as much as we do. And you are in for tonight's giveaway. Joe Corkpouch, the ASW Fiddler. And by the way, as a guy who is entrenched in the online space, every time I see ASW, I want to say AWS because I deal with Amazon Web Services all the time. And so it's been a real chore for me to remember to say ASW.
And like not, what do you call it? Superimpose? Is that what it is when you switch them around, the letters? Transpose. When you transpose.
There you go.
Yeah.
Thank you, Joe. You are in for tonight. And thank you for the compliments. Very kind.
On point. Thanks. Banger picks. I like to hear that.
Bull Run banger.
That's good about the Fiddler because I feel like that was our first pick that we ever did with other people.
True.
And it's trickier to do a pick with other people just because Phil and I are generally...
Life is hard enough.
But Phil and I are generally on the same page. I mean, we have very different palettes and but we come to the same agreement. When you have other people involved, right? Like you just...
I'll say this though. It hasn't been...
Too difficult.
It hasn't been a big chore to get everybody to come to an agreement.
No.
Because we all listen to each other.
Yeah.
Which is nice.
And so
Marcus, by the way, the Bourbon Judge, and Chris from Bourbon of the Week, we actually have really enjoyed working with them.
Yeah. And I think that Fiddler, there's a cat right here.
Hey.
I think
cat is after the trail's end too.
That Fiddler was like the first one that we did a group pick to, and I think it's stellar. Hey, honey.
Jeff Perkins does SEO for his career. Perhaps he can help us out.
Jeff.
Perhaps. I get a lot of calls for SEO, and I've been I work with another company, but I'll be in touch, Jeff.
Yeah.
Big Dave in the house. Big Dave is here. Grumpy old fart is here. We got some people in the house. Bill wants to know, how's your Achilles? Honestly, great. It feels amazing.
Do you want to share how much you've run in the month of November? That will prove how great your Achilles is doing.
This month, I managed to run, and I don't know how much I've ridden on the bike, but I ran over 100 miles this month.
100 miles? That's nuts.
This month was my third biggest month since the beginning of 2020.
That's nuts.
It feels insane.
It feels crazy.
It feels insane.
It even feels crazy to me.
We're about a month away. Kurt the cat's in the house.
I did.
All right.
I was like, yeah.
We were about a month away from Julie and I signing up for and announcing the races that we're going to do next year.
Yeah.
Which is exciting because I realized I haven't run a proper race since 2019. The last race I signed up for was a run as many loops as you can race. I think I did 35 miles there, 34 miles there.
Yeah.
That was in 2019. I haven't touched a race since.
How is that possible?
It seems crazy.
It's a long time ago. It's
a long time. And so there are 3 of them that I'm targeting for this year.
Yeah.
You've got at least 2. You've already signed up for 1. You've got another one on the horizon. So a month from now, maybe we'll do a live stream where we sign up for stuff.
Yeah. You'd be like, we're crazy.
Yeah.
Send.
Look how dumb we are.
Awesome. That's funny.
Good to see you, everybody. Look at this. I can't believe Kurt the cat's in the house. Look at that handsome face.
Aww. I feel like when Mavis gets older, she's gonna have. I mean, she already has a little bit of the white,
Got the muzzle on her
little
chin.
white muzzle. She's
Sweet
gonna
girl.
be super muzzed out. Is that what the kids say?
Nobody in the world has ever said that.
Totally.
Rusty's drinking that Fiddler. Man, that's good whiskey. We're not actually drinking it tonight. The reason for that being we only have the one.
I know. I literally said, "Oh, we should buy more of it," but I didn't want to. There were so few bottles.
There were so few bottles. We couldn't take them away from everybody that wanted them.
Can we talk about this new drink that we have? This is what we're giving away today.
Oh, yeah.
So
good question from Andretzky here. I don't know about their tax. I believe that they tack it on from wherever you're from. They're based in DC. But they do have flat rate shipping. That's $21, I believe. So if you order 3 bottles, it's still $21. So that's why we try to release multiple bottles at once so that people can get 2 of them and pay just that one flat rate shipping fee. I don't know exactly how their taxes are done. Somebody else could maybe weigh in on that.
I was gonna say that is interesting because we don't have sales tax here, but because usually it's 2 line items, but I wonder if taxes queued in. Yeah, we have a lot of people that have done that. So anyway,
Whiskey knows. Marty's sipping that Trails End 10 right now. Mark Warner says, awesome bounce back from an Achilles injury. Those are tough, personal experience included. Sorry you went through that, but glad that you're there. Back at it. And Don's in the house. Decided to get out of Central Oregon. I don't blame you, man.
Yeah.
We're doing the same thing in about a month.
Yeah.
That's a big deal that we've got going on. We'll be talking about that with our Patreons down the road. Early next year is going to be a lot of time on the road.
Yeah. I was having this I woke up in the middle of the night, getting old, so you can't sleep through the night. And, and
especially on that first round of whiskey tasting in the tournament.
But I was thinking everyone always said, I'll never be that person that wants to be a snowbird, right? Like get away from the snow and just go somewhere warm for the winter. I feel like a snow pterodactyl this year. Get me out of here. Yeah, and I kind of laughed because I was like, I feel like when I was 7, I was like, yeah, I don't need to do any of whatever this is in the winter. I'm good. Put me on a beach and just put a cocktail in my hand. Even at that age, I was ready to go.
Heck yeah.
So it feels crazy that it's taken so long for us to maybe give it a shot to be away for the winter.
Richie says that a barrel pick collab with Jason C would be awesome. We've actually been invited by Mash and Journey.
Yeah.
And we've got a couple other people that have invited us recently that we are considering things. The critical thing to us is we really, really, really want it to be somebody that we want to work with, talking about distilleries, because we'd love to work with Jason and Scott from My Bourbon Journey.
Absolutely.
They're some of our favorite people, so absolutely they're on our list to work with. But it has to be a distillery that we really, really want to team up with. And for this year, the bottles that we did ourselves, and a lot of our focus this year was Oregon-based. It was strictly Oregon. Mm-hmm. Really, really proud of how that turned out. All of our 5 Sip Fridays were in Oregon. We featured a lot of distilleries. And then our 2 single barrel picks that were just us were Oregon based too.
Yeah.
So I'm really proud of that. But in the future, if we find the right distillery to work with, and certainly a Mash and Journey pick, probably an SLB drinks pick, if we can figure that out.
Yeah, for sure. I just want to talk about our barrel pick right now, and I just want to give a little
smells great.
I know, I was smelling it.
7 years and 11 months. We actually thought that this was going to be a 9-year, and then we found out afterwards that it didn't even make it to 8. So my bad. I remember, so this is funny. It's a cool bottle. So I remember when we picked this one, I thought it was really funny because we picked Rye Barrel number 1666. Perfect for your holidays.
And for the perfect one for your holidays, which I just thought was hilarious. I remember just having let's go all in on
this glass
bottles.
Weighs a ton. You put so much whiskey in this glass.
Yeah, it's okay. So let's talk about the color.
Oh, it is gorgeous.
That is delicious. Okay, so this is what you're getting out of this guy. Notes of dark chocolate. You should drink it. See if you're getting these.
You want me to sip it right now?
Yeah.
Okay, here I go.
Notes of dark chocolate, fruit, and licorice join our rye's characteristic spice in this one-of-a-kind bottle. We have touched each bottle so that 2 thumbs. Oh, yeah. Sorry. I'm reading it in real time, and I'm like, oh, totally. There was a thumbprint over there.
Julie obviously pays so much attention to the channel.
We've touched each bottle, so with 2 thumbs, share our dream. And I can't read that because I haven't. It's in blue and metallic. It's in blue and metallic.
Taste the American spirit.
Oh, the American Spirit. Perfect.
I got my gadget watch going with the
I know.
flashlight on it. How very cool.
I do like the label, but that blue metallic is not easy for somebody as blind as me to read.
That color is beautiful. And by the way, it said licorice, and they're talking about black licorice.
Yeah.
If you like a black jelly bean,
I do.
holy moly.
Who steals all your black jelly beans? I do.
It's not a steal. It's a gift.
Yeah.
But I love black jelly bean flavor on whiskey. Man, there's some clove on this. This is, you wouldn't confuse this for not being a rye. This is a rye through and through.
Yeah.
This would be great with an ice cube.
Wow, there's a lot of licorice in there.
Yeah.
Reminds me of Grandma's house. When I was a kid, she had a lot of licorice sitting around.
And port wine.
Lots of port wine. Ooh, it's spicy. Like you're right. The clove, the baking spices are like full. I was gonna say full frontal.
This is a
but
no.
but on full display.
Don't unsubscribe just yet. She doesn't mean what you think she means. CNC Tiki Deck inviting us to St. Pete. We, of course, you have friends and family there.
I have, that's just my grandma owned a condo that was just one town over, but one of my best friends lives in St. Petersburg.
I haven't been allowed in Florida in a
I invite Phil every
two decades.
Don't let him like say that, because I invite him every single year and he never comes.
They don't let me in.
Yeah.
And Bill Becker says, why would they go to Florida when they could come to Indiana with gray skies and freezing temps, which is what we've got here in Bend.
It's why we left. And then we just got the same place, but with more hills.
Go gadget flashlight. Bill Becker, by the way, drinking some Old Elk small batch sour mash. We already knew that he liked a high malt bourbon. Old Elk sent us 4 bottles that we're going to feature in January, and then do a giveaway, maybe 2 giveaways of flights. Yeah, because they were so generous. We expected sample bottles, and they showed up with full bottles. Yeah. I
can't wait to try them all.
I can't either. I'm stoked.
I like the 4-bottle blind, or just any kind of,
just a drink through.
A drink through. It's like a drive through, but it's a drink through.
So tell me this.
Yes.
What are you most proud of? I'm just gonna dig in.
Oh
here.
No, you didn't prep me with any of these questions.
I know. Well, we were working today. We were hustling.
Yeah.
What are you most proud of from 2023 as we go into the Advent tournament for this year?
Yeah. We did a lot of fun stuff this year. I'm gonna say multiple things, because I like to cover a lot of ground here. But I like that this year we dedicated ourselves to all things Oregon. Oregon sometimes gets a bad rap.
If you only watch cable news, you think that everything in Oregon is on fire all the time. And it's not.
A big dumpster fire over here. But it's just a spectacular area. We really tried to showcase it everywhere we went this summer. We purposefully stayed locally to kind of explore all that has to offer. And I really love that. And we took all of our whiskeys along for the ride. So from, the time that it was good to travel here to get over the mountains till the end of the summer, we really explored Oregon. And I thought it was fun. It's pretty. Like, I like looking at pretty things, and I love looking at Oregon. So that's great. I'm also really proud of our picks this year. Yeah. I can't believe that the Trails End 10 was in 2023. It feels like
an eternity ago.
100 years ago that we picked that.
That bottle sold out in 5 days.
Yeah. It literally feels like it had to have been last year at the bare minimum.
I couldn't have imagined that happening.
So that's why I'm like, oh, was that a 2023 bottle? But it was. And that was, we
didn't get it until August or July, late July.
I know. And that was the first time that we really sat down and had super wonderful conversations with a distiller. We picked barrels at the place, something that we were really proud of. Yeah. And that to me was a big achievement this year.
I agree with all that. I think I would answer the exact same way. The focus on Oregon was a big deal for me. And also the focus on smaller distilleries that people might not know about, even though that's not the way that you get popular on YouTube. If you were wondering, focusing on distilleries nobody's ever heard of, right? But honestly, they're some of the best people we've met. Yeah. And that was where the real fun was this year. Yeah. And even the podcast which we've only done 2 episodes of, and it wasn't super well received.
We are thinking about a couple new ones.
Yeah, we've got some other ideas for that, and I think that they'll be fun to do in the future. Yeah. That's one of the goals for me for 2024 is to actually look into when we're on the road, and even when we're not, how can we do longer form podcasts that are really easy to listen to, that also are, providing good information, add value. Exactly.
Yeah. I will say
Thank you, Bob. You're in.
Hey, happy Thursday. I will say one thing that we did in 2022 was our first Patreon meetup.
Yes.
I don't know if it must have been 2021. I think that we kind of
Old 55.
What was it? 2021 that we did Old 55.
I think so.
And we met up with
those of you who were there. Let us know. The years have run together over here.
Yeah, and then we got to meet up with Trev. And then we got to meet up with Stefan Whiskey. And that was just a really fun year. And so this year we made it a point that we wanted, and because we were staying more local and to our local community. I mean, whiskey is not as big here as it is like in other parts of the country.
No, wine and beer are huge.
Beer, huge. Yeah.
Even though the grain that we grow here is amazing. The wheat, the rye, even the barley, we have amazing grain in Oregon. And that's starting to show up more and more in our local distilleries. But
I think it's starting to make a bit of a run. And so one of the other things that I really loved is that we specifically wanted to spend more time with like we said, like with the local picks, but also people that live locally here. And so we had a couple amazing meetups. We did some events.
That 5 Shit Friday at Bull Run. That was one of the most fun videos I ever had to work on.
Throwing things at the wall and seeing if it works. Like it was a really fun year.
Look how adorable those cats are.
I know. Katie 2 cats.
I love cats.
You're in the right group. Right? Totally.
Thank you very much, Chris. It means the world to us. And you are in for tonight.
So I mean, you said you agree. Is there anything that I missed? That's pretty good for someone that doesn't remember what I did yesterday.
Stuff we're proud of for 2023.
Yeah. What about the improvement of the visual audio quality of our videos?
Yeah, I mean it's boring to talk about, but we got a new camera this year that we're still learning how to use.
2 new cameras because
this microphone has been on every video.
Yeah, and the one that we take outdoors now.
Yeah,
so 2 new ones.
Everything is in 4K. At least most of it is in 4K these days. So it means a lot to me because I can't tell you how many videos we've chucked, wasted, because the audio was bad, the video was bad. We couldn't use them. I mean, we wasted hours of time over the last several years.
There was a couple where I was like, it's good enough. Just throw it out there. We got to have something. But I'm
proud of the technical.
Yeah.
It's not, I wouldn't call it prowess. We're doing better. We're not great at it still. Obviously, we're blurry tonight, but we're getting there. We're working hard on it.
Just keep drinking and we'll all be blurry. It's fine.
William's totally in Valparaiso tonight. He says it's not that cold. If it's coming, if the weather from Bend is getting to you, it will be.
What? I literally, I met a friend, a coworker and friend this morning for coffee before work. And I opened the door and I literally opened the door and the snow was coming down. It was really pretty. And usually I love the first snow of the year, but usually it's not this early. It does usually come at Thanksgiving, I guess. And then we get kind of a drought until January. But I opened the door and I was like, nope. Just closed it again. I mean, I did leave, but
Peach Coke says that's what makes us great words. I think he means influencers.
Oh gosh, no
thanks. Richie Z says that our Trails End can still be added to the cart. If that's the case,
really
buy it up.
I will say
they put 10 of them in it. Well, they held 10 back in case something broke. They held 10 back, but I think those have long been gone. But if they're not, by all means.
If you can get I kind of want to go online and buy it if it's actually still available. But if you can get the Trails End 10 that we picked, it is dynamite.
Yeah.
You have to let it open up. I always say that too. It's a little hot out of the neck, but the neck pour.
123.1 proof. That one's pretty warm.
That's a good one.
Jeff Perkins having a back procedure tomorrow. I know what that's all about.
Oh no.
Good luck to you.
Oof. Heal up.
SF guys, it says your Frey Ranch posts were precedent setting. We had the best time at Frey Ranch. They were fantastic to us. It's been fun watching them grow. We got to them at the right time because we got a lot of people in that video go, what are you talking? We don't know who this distillery is at all. And now it seems like every week we see somebody else talking about them. Not that we had anything to do with it. It was just fun to talk to them like on the cusp of like exploding. And now they're huge. So if you're a Frey Ranch fan, we love to hear that. We're so happy for them and all of their success. They were great for giving us access to hang out with them for an entire day. And they were very good to us while we were there. And yeah, it's great to see them succeeding.
I will say I love everything about them because they are earthier. It's a little bit, not traditional bourbon, but everything about them is cool. Like the toppers that they do, the bottle shape, the imprint here. This is like, didn't they say it's like a buckle?
Yeah, it's like his great grandpa's belt buckle.
I appreciate like a lot of thought into the packaging because
Colby and Ashley are great.
Yeah, and I started my career in packaging, like package design, and so I really appreciate like when people go above and beyond, and it's not cheap to do this, to do this kind of stuff. So anyway, I think it's cool.
Bill Becker says Old 55 meetup was July 8, 2022. And Bill,
it was 22. Okay, good.
Bill, you might be interested to know that one of the videos that we've been talking about doing as a podcast, we mowed down all of the American and Irish whiskeys that you gave us at that meetup.
Good call. Yeah, sorry.
There are 8 whiskeys left out of the 24 that you gave us.
I feel horrible that we actually still have them here and we haven't drank them.
Well, here's the thing. They're Scotch whiskeys.
Yeah.
And they go from semi-beginner type whiskeys to Octomore, which is a celebration of smoke and peat.
Yeah.
Right. We wouldn't have appreciated that in 2022.
Absolutely. And I would have been like, Bill, you're out.
Exactly.
Yeah.
The idea for me was to hold those until it made sense because I knew it was a great collection and a great walkthrough of Scotch whiskey just from reading the notes that he gave us. And those will be part of that podcast too. That it's a lot of whiskey and it's going to take a good while to like sit with them, drink through them, and talk about our favorites. We'll probably condense some portion of that into a shorter video that's like, we tasted 8 Scotch whiskeys and clickbait, whatever it is. But a podcast version of that where we sit and drink through them all over the course of an hour or more, that's what I really am excited about with that video, because I think that that's going to be important.
Yeah. And I hate giving things away on our live streams, but we have talked about doing that, like have it release full length if you're somebody that wants to listen to us jabber on for an hour or so.
You want to listen to me and Julie drone on?
But we also are probably going to do like a shortened cut too for YouTube that kind of gets to the heart of what we're doing versus like us just chatting like a live stream, basically.
Keith J in the house tonight.
Hey, Keith J.
Keith, we hope you're feeling well. We hope that things are improving for you. We are all rooting for you, continuing to pull for you.
Yeah.
Hang in there, bud. Great to see you.
Yes.
Eric C. recovering from the flu. Man, it seems like everybody's been sick.
Everybody. I got people in my office. Your parents.
Yeah. A big shout out to my folks tonight. Feel better. So, especially you, Dad. Hang in there.
I want to talk about this. I don't know why I had to look, but the Driftless Glen. There's some like really solid coffee notes in here too.
Yes. It's a sharp tasting whiskey. If you like a rye that you know is a rye, it's there. The black licorice,
It's not pretending to. There are some ryes that I'm like, obviously, because I feel like on 5-5 was just horrific this last summer.
You had a rough year, but you had a couple of that you nailed.
I feel like I need to like really focus in.
You should drink
drink bourbon because
you should start drinking 6 or 7 whiskeys a day.
Yeah, I really need to get on top of it. But this is not something that you would be confused. It tastes like it is a rye. There is no. Yeah.
This is great. If you like black licorice, you'll like this bottle.
Yeah.
And there is, for a rye, 7 years, 11 months is plenty of time. More than enough time to age well. And you do get like, there's almost like a vanilla oak, the manilin, which the chemical compound, whatever they call it, that oak produces. That's the flavor I'm getting here. There's a barrel char that's really intense. If you like an oaky whiskey and you like a real robust rye, this is a nice combo on this bottle. I can see why we chose it.
Good job.
Yeah. EJ in the house. Good to see you. Baker Drinks in the house.
Hey.
Great to see them. The camera might be focused on the mic. It's so far forward.
Oh.
I think that made it worse. I have no idea what I'm doing.
I feel like maybe we put like on Instagram posts, people are always putting filters on themselves. And I'm like, there's no way that 50-year-old person looks like that. Because I know what I look like. But like, anyway, maybe we're trying to
this is a good talking point right here. What are your sleeper bourbons for 2023? It's a great question because again, we were so Oregon focused. We didn't buy a lot. We didn't go.
Thank goodness Phil takes notes. That's what I have to say.
We will have
bringing things up that I was like, was that just from 2023? Woo.
If you're a Patreon, you already know we have a spreadsheet that we keep, and you can see it. It's locked onto the top of our Patreon page.
Yeah.
That has a spreadsheet of all the whiskeys that we've ever purchased for the channel.
Yeah.
Including all the 5-sips that we got in the taste and everything else. But at the top of that, it has all the current whiskeys, and then it shows what year they were purchased in. The cat's knocking things over here. And there's a 2023 is highlighted right now with a big blue box on each one of those on the spreadsheet. And so we're going to do a video, and we actually have intentions, like we always do every year, of doing a Patreon video live stream where we sip through what we think is going to be the top whiskeys of the year.
Yeah.
And we're going to do that this year. We haven't decided exactly when or what they're all going to be yet. But we have been keeping tabs, and we will have an answer for you soon enough. That'll be the last week of 2023 that we release at least one video with a list of things.
Yeah.
And like I said before, we've broken it up into ryes, bourbons, Oregon only whiskeys. I don't know how we're going to do it this year. It depends on how many things we think definitely deserve to be on that list.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of good things.
And we do it a little bit differently than other channels because, we get things late. So things that people get in the year prior, we don't get until the year that we're discussing. So sometimes that's taken into consideration. And we do consider things that we've tried for the first time in the year.
Yeah.
So instead of like, it didn't necessarily have to come out this year, but if like we tried it, yeah.
Yeah.
So.
By the way, for the record, the mic is directly between us. Like my head is even with the mic right now. So I don't know if that's helping or not. Did that help?
Is there still like,
if it did, it's the first time it's ever done that, and we need to figure that out now. Let's see here. Big Dave couldn't decide between the two FIB. What's FIB? What am I missing? Oh,
Fiddler. No, what?
Finally picked Driftless Glen. Oh, okay, great, fantastic. Got it.
Jeez.
Got it. Ruby says, I know I said I wasn't going to do homework for this year's tournament, but once a geek, always a geek. You know what? I can't help myself either, Ruby. I'm right there with you.
I was just talking to somebody at work today about how we're both process nerds. Like, I like things organized. I want it to be an easy system. And Ruby, you did mention a while back that you weren't going to do any research this year. And I don't know if research really helps or not, but I don't know. There's just I feel like maybe in this tournament, it could have helped. There was some wild things that we tasted.
So I don't think so. I don't know. It was so tough this year. Doing things totally blind was so tough. But we said it over and over again. It was so much more fun that way.
It wasn't tough. It was just,
The video that I edited today, I was like, man, I have anxiety about what I might be dismissing. And you were like, yeah, I don't care.
No, totally. We watched it like he's like, I need you to watch this cut. And I watched it, and he was like, oh, I feel like I need to put like a warning up, like don't hate me. And I was like, nope, can't imagine anyone cares that much, except that there's free bottles on the line. So of course you are, but yeah.
I'm gonna push the camera back and see if that helps with this blurriness, because that is weird. Like if I'm not the only one noticing it, then that's a problem.
Yeah.
That seems better. Maybe.
Nobody knows things, EJ.
Richie says that the order went through, and he's looking forward to another Trails End 10 barrel proof.
Wow.
Was it the Bourbon van?
I will say,
if it is, that's shocking.
Was it Peach Coke that told us that there was or maybe it was EJ or MJ, I can't remember, but they said that there was another barrel strength Trails End. I can't imagine it would be in shared pour.
No,
but
it was Peach Coke. I think it was at 3rd Street here in town.
Yeah,
it was one of our rejects.
And I kind of was like,
I don't know that for sure.
Well, there was no rejects, but like I was kind of like, oh, that's our thing.
Robert Sheared Pages of Pours in the house. Good to see you.
Hey.
It sings to the peat log from my heart would be.
Is that the one that we
Do
tried?
you mean peat bog? Or do you have a peat log there? Just a peat log sitting there?
Peat log. Well,
Octomore, by the way, the bottle shape is meant to
when we had that Scotch tasting,
it's
it
meant
wasn't
to look like a peat that's been pulled out of the ground.
Oh, when we had that Scotch tasting, that wasn't the one where everyone was staring at me. We did a Scotch tasting. I mean, this was, I don't know, 8 months ago.
Where was everyone staring at you?
9 months ago or whatever. They're like, Julie, taste this.
Oh, no, there was
and
something.
then I felt like the eyes of like the entire room looking at me. And I was like, well, obviously I'm going to hate this.
You didn't even like it from the nose.
And
though.
I could smell how.
You spit it out before it was even in your mouth. And I don't even know how that's possible.
Yeah. It was fine.
William says that he got a Michter's Rye for $33.99. Great value.
Actually, I saw a Mash and Drum video today. He was talking about a Michter's small batch.
The bourbon, I think.
Small
I saw
batch
the thumbnail.
bourbon.
I didn't watch it.
And am I wrong to say that he said he got it for like $13?
I didn't know what he meant by that. If it was, it was on Instagram. He said it was like a $13 pour, and I was like, is he paying $13 a pour at the bar?
Oh, is that what it was?
I
thought
we should probably watch the video before we comment.
I was gonna say you said Instagram, and I was like, oh, for sure, because I think I woke up and like looked at Instagram, and it was there, and I was like, wow, whatever this. If Jason is saying that whatever this bottle is dynamite, then I should. I'm always looking for a value.
I mean, if it's the bourbon, we have it on our shelf right here. It's behind you.
I will say I don't feel bad, but it's like my one guilty pleasure. I like Michter's.
Kurt the Cat with a very timely and I'm completely on board with this. Shane McGowan, lead singer of the Pogues and of just a gentleman in general that everybody should know, and if you don't, look him up. One of the singers of one of the finest holiday songs of all time.
Also, the weirdest looking dude ever.
Huge fan of Shane McGowan over here. A huge fan of the Pogues, both of us. And here's to Shane and to the snake.
I don't know what that means, but happy holidays.
Why do I feel like he would have appreciated that?
I do love that song.
What is it? It's not the Ballad of something. What is it? Something
of New York.
Yeah, the Ballad of New York.
Oh, see?
Right? Is it the Ballad of New York? Jeez. Why can't I remember the name of the song? Fairy Tale of New York.
Oh, jeez. Of course it's the fairy tale. What are we thinking?
Tiller's Bourbon Challenge. You are in for tonight's giveaway, which, by the way, was going to happen in 12 minutes exactly.
6:24. Oh, that clock's wrong. I always look off to the right because there's a clock that I can actually read versus wherever you're looking on this screen. Where are you looking on the screen?
I'm looking. Well, I was looking at the live, like how long we've been live for.
Oh, clever.
Oh, yeah, I'm great. Peach Coke says he's going to be okay if it's blurry next week.
I can't believe
Richie Z was able to get a Trails End. Oh my goodness! If you guys go on a shared pour and search the Bourbon Van, see if you can get a Trails End pick.
I actually am.
That's insane if that's still available.
I as well want to be like, is this
buy two, send one to us?
Is this faulty? Because I'm gonna go buy one because I think this is our last one.
Russ D says it shows available on the site. Baker Drinks loves it. Look, hey, if you can get it, more power to you. Shoot. I thought it was long gone.
Yeah.
I wonder if they're having trouble over there. Because we know there's been some canceled things. We actually had something show up broken. Well, disappeared. The bottle was gone.
Do you think that they notified the person that the bottle was...
shipping agency doing the right thing? Very unlikely. No offense to all of you at FedEx and UPS.
Yeah, we got a package and there was obviously... we knew the 2 bottles were coming and 1 bottle showed up and then there was an empty slot. And we're like, oh, well, maybe it's coming in a different package. But then when I went to break down the box, all this glass fell out. And I was like, oh no, obviously there was a second thing. Yeah. And so then I was like, I wonder if they knew that this was I wonder what kind of communication happens. I'm always curious, if they're just waiting to see if somebody's going to call them out or if they'll do the right thing and actually say, our bad, send something else.
Come on. But the cat is haunting me. She just keeps digging her paws in my leg. And then when I tell her to come on up, she just stares the other direction. She's being a cat, effectively.
Yes. Oh, Bill.
Robert Shears, look at this. Shane McGowan is 1 year older than I am. Depressing news. You don't live the way he lived.
He looked.
You're going to be fine. Don't worry about it.
I remember.
Thank you, Jared. You got it.
When that song came out, was it the 80s that came out? 90s?
Fairy Tale of New York?
Yeah.
I actually don't know.
I feel like it was the 90s.
Yeah, maybe.
Kurt the Cat
it's
would
been
know
a long
for sure.
time.
He looked old. I mean,
No,
he
Russ,
didn't
don't
look
get
old
us
then,
for one.
but
Don't get us one. We're good.
Yeah. He looked old then. So I feel like it's pretty good.
Yeah.
He lived a exciting life.
Yeah. No.
Is that a nice way to say that? Like,
I mean,
yeah.
who doesn't want to be a rock star?
I know.
Or a Irish
Vacation.
semi-folk song. 1988? Really? Wow, Daniel Sutherland, thank you.
Is that when it
Holy
came out?
cow.
88? Well, I said 80s or 90s, so that was
That's incredible. Teresa, you're in. Cheers.
Yeah. Oh, 80s,
This cat
huh?
is really creeping on me over here. She's freaking me out.
I can't see her. Oh yeah, there's the ears. Yeah.
she's got the big eye. Are you coming up or not? The people
No.
want to know if you're going to freak them out the way you're freaking me out.
No.
Guess not. Are you interested in one more pour tonight?
I am.
Are you interested in something really, really strange? Or do you want to stick with this old 55 back here?
No, let's save the old 55 maybe for a Patreon or something.
What about the Mazed and Confused?
What is Mazed and Confused?
100% corn whiskey aged in cherry bitters.
Is this the still
barrels.
Austin?
No, it's that weird one that Shared Pour sent us.
Oh, I do want to try this one.
All right, Dancing Goat
Distillery.
Distillery. If you've had Dancing Goat, let us know what you've had and what you thought of it.
Are you going to get it?
Yeah.
I was going to say, we have somehow, I mean, I did pour like extra, I mean, they weren't even Julie pours. They were like
That
extra Julie
was
pours
too
today.
much.
But we have a third glass. Usually we've drank at least four pours by now. All right. Oh, 2 cork pops tonight.
Here we go. This bottle is one that I've been eager to open for a while. Just reading the label, I'm like, this is my kind of distillery and my kind of people. The older you get, the more rules they're going to try to get you to follow.
Mhm.
And then they made a 9-year aged 100% corn whiskey. This is MGP, bottled by Dancing Goat Distillery, and they finished it in cherry bitters barrels. Here's the thing, 116.4 proof.
Yeah.
What do you think of that?
What do you think, Mavis?
She hates it.
There's a lot of weird stuff going on. So what do we know about this? Are we supposed to like it? Is this supposed to be like a funny?
What we know is that Shared Pour sent us this as a holiday gift in appreciation of our partnership this year, which was exceedingly nice of them.
And it's 9 years. I mean,
And it's bottled in Wisconsin. Wisconsin folks have a sense of humor. We know that.
I have to be honest, like it sounds delicious. Corn whiskey, cherry bitters. The older you get, the more rules they're gonna try to get you to follow. That was a quote on the bottom.
See, Jared had a problem with Shared Pour canceling a shipment this last week as well. Send us an email if you're dealing with this with Shared Pour, and we want to get to the bottom of this for all of you. We've actually gotten a couple of these emails already. We're going to get to the bottom of this.
This is release number 4.
Yeah, I don't know what that means.
I'm guessing there was 3 before this one.
In cherry bitters, do you think so?
I would imagine. Otherwise, how could it be?
Or is it just corn
release?
whiskey that's been finished and things?
Well, it could be either or.
Yeah, we don't know.
I don't know. Are we ready? 2 cork pops tonight.
I can't wait to try this.
All right. Oh wow!
A little pop.
It was it gave a little.
The glass?
No, like it was excited. It spouted out. Gave a little of its juice inside.
Rusty, the quirky and humble blend is the one that shattered on the way to us. So we
Ooh.
have not got. We won't get to try that one.
This kind of smells like Christmas and candy.
And in my old hamster cage from when I was a kid.
It smells like your apple cinnamon tea. I said yours because I can't drink it.
I love it.
It smells like apple cinnamon. I'm just gonna sit here and keep smelling it.
Fire it
It
up.
smells so good. It smells really good. All right. These are the dangerous glasses because I can't tell where I'm pouring. Not that it mattered the last time, but
That
going-
YouTube
I'm
is going
going-
to cut Julie off tonight.
oh,
Probably.
shoot, here you go. We're gonna swap that one.
This Driftless Glen pick, by the way, if you really like rye, and if you like black licorice at all, this is like black licorice and vanilla with the rye spice over the top of it. That's fun whiskey.
And
it's really
all
nice.
the I want to say about the coffee note. I feel like there's a really nice coffee note in there.
Look who it is. Former tournament winner and friend of the Bourbon Van channel, Don Davis himself is here tonight.
Got that cat going too.
Got the cat going, absolutely. Thank you so much, Don. You are in for tonight's giveaway.
Let's
Great to see you.
Before
we still have a bottle that Don gave us on the shelf back here.
Before we go into figuring out what this is, this new bottle that we just cracked.
Sure.
Don't forget to sign up for both Phil and Julie, the Avid tournament. It closes tomorrow. We don't know if it's 8 a.m. Pacific or Eastern, so just get it in tonight.
Ow. Cat claws. She's biting my watch. Stop it. She loves biting electronics. Anybody got a cat that bites? And it's not just electronics. If it's hard, like the metal end of our
she likes the
coffee
mirror.
Table,
anything that's expensive that could get broken.
Especially like cameras, microphones,
my computer screen, the mirror, my watch.
It's not even close to dinner time. What are you doing?
Yeah,
she's crazy.
Wow, this actually smells like cherry bitters. Like it does.
I can't do anything with the glass. The cat is acting up. Oh wow!
Right?
Yeah, that's
because bitters
smells like cherry bitters.
Has like a scent to it, depending on what you. Don't knock that over.
She's acting out. She wants attention, and she's sick of waiting.
Come on, go. I'll push you around with this tree.
I think we should drink. I just want to drink it.
Yeah.
It's so inviting. It is very holiday-tastic.
It does feel like a perfect send-off for the Avid tournament. Or start, not send-off.
Kickoff.
Kickoff for the Avid tournament.
This glass drinks
so
differently.
Cinnamon.
It drinks differently than the other glass, and I got way too much of it.
You know what this reminds me of?
Hang on.
There was so much cinnamon.
And cherry.
Wow. There's so much baking spice in this. It reminds me of Amburana.
A little bit.
Amburana
Finished.
Thank you. I was like filled. That doesn't make sense.
This tastes like
bourbons.
What's the not lemon heads? It's the candy that's made by the same company, Ferrero Pan. Cherry Clan. Do they still make those?
I have no idea.
This tastes like Cherry Clan candy. Weird.
I don't know what that is.
I can't imagine. I would assume that by now that's been canceled and replaced with something that's less offensive. Peach Coke's going to be here next week just to hold Mavis.
They're wow. This is doughy too. Wow, this reminds me a lot of the Amburana finish.
It's like a cinnamon spice cherry Danish.
There's a doughy quality to this. There's the baking spice quality to this.
I like this more when I take a bigger sip.
Okay, I'm gonna
which
do
is
that.
dangerous.
Why?
Well, I mean, it's 116 plus proof.
Yeah. Interesting.
It is interesting whiskey. Wow, it's super weird. I don't know how long they leave it in the cherry bitters barrel.
What do you think the corn whiskey adds to it? Just the sweetness? It's definitely the cherry bitter barrels take over the.
This is like
whiskey.
drinking cherry bitters.
Yeah.
Weird. Hot tamales, kind of. There's a little hot tamales here, but I'm thinking of the round, like the crusty.
Oh boy.
Crusty cherry candies that had like a chewiness in the middle. I'm going way back.
I don't know what those are.
They were lemon heads, but like cherry.
Yeah. They weren't good. Were they hard? Like you would get those grandma candies that were like strawberries, but they had like the
grandma candies. They were just like like lemon heads.
Strawberries.
Lemon heads, like once you break the surface, then there was the chewy inside.
Yeah.
Same thing, but for cherry. I can't escape it. That's all I taste. It smells like a cocktail, though. You put this over an ice cube. I think people would go for this the same way that people go for like Fireball.
Yeah, I feel like this. I mean, it's an interesting one. This is desserty.
Yeah,
and I think
you
it
poured
would
me too much of this one.
This is a
this is a taster whiskey and then move on to something else.
Yeah,
Or a cocktail whiskey.
I want to
You make
see
Manhattan.
I want to see what this would taste like in a cocktail.
I
I
would,
feel like the spiciness of this, and I'm not talking like hot spiciness, but like the actual baking spiciness of this one would make a really interesting a hot toddy.
this would make a killer Manhattan. Just leave the Luxardo out of it.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Mm. All right, I'm gonna let that one breathe a little bit.
Ruby's sick of hearing us talk about whiskey and other things. There is a Cherry Clan candy. Thank you, William.
Yeah.
Ruby wants to know about donors being disappointed when you diss their whiskeys.
No, I just always here's what's where you're gonna see this tournament is every time I open an envelope, it doesn't matter if we spoke highly of it or not. I always feel bad that we eliminated somebody because we know you, and so then I'm like, like you, the general you who sent, the whiskeys out there, but like we know you guys personally,
Yeah.
And so every time I open, I'm like, oh, even though like you had to get eliminated, there was only 2 winners.
My favorite part of the tournament is a twofold. It's related to eliminating whiskeys.
Yeah.
When a whiskey's eliminated, we take the golden envelope. It's a bright golden envelope that looks like it should be for a winner.
Yeah.
And we open it up, and there's a Far Side comic in it, and that's got the information written on it
that we don't read. But you'll notice it.
So it looks like we're about to announce a winner, and it's the whiskey that's being eliminated.
I know. It's like the Oscars, but the anti-Oscars because you're going home.
No, we did feel bad about every bottle that was eliminated. We really did.
I did because I mean, to me, it was such a nice thing that everybody did.
Yeah.
I mean, it was asking a lot. We asked for.
It was your idea too. This was a great idea by you, by the way. This tournament, this is the most excited I've ever been for the tournament. Yeah. For recording it, editing it, sharing it. I want you all to see it. I'm so excited for this year's tournament, and it's one of those things where I've been editing it for weeks, and I've been spending all my time with it. I'm so entertained by it. It doesn't matter if you're winning or losing. I hope that you're as entertained as I am. Yeah. Because to me, it's so much fun. It was just a blast from start to finish. And it all was a blast because I didn't have to think about the matchups. I didn't have to think about what bottles to put in it. I didn't have to think about all the things that I usually have to think of. The cat's tearing the couch apart. I didn't have to think about all that this year, thanks to you guys. And so for me, I've just gotten to enjoy the results of it as I'm producing it and editing it. And it's been a joy for me. It actually is it's an interesting, I feel like I kind of want like everybody to drink along that can drink along just to kind of see. Drink along. Yeah. It would be like a great drink along, but it is interesting to see where you end up. These videos release at 9 a.m. So drink along. Yeah. Oh yeah. Maybe wait till after work or not. I don't know. Richie Z wants to know when's the first video. It does Friday. Tomorrow morning, 9 a.m. It's tomorrow, December 1? Yep. Oh, snap. Tomorrow. Eric, we are going to announce the winner in 1 minute and 35 seconds. Yeah. So it is not too late. MJ's currently drinking a Manhattan. I'm telling you, we love a Luxardo cherry. You wouldn't need it with this. I actually pushed this glass away. It's too much for me. That's a cocktail glass for me. All right. Well, then let's finish let's pick something different to finish up the night. What would you like to drink? Anything in mind? I'm gonna let that one breathe a little bit. I'm gonna make a Manhattan with it. It's a Manhattan whiskey, yeah, for sure. Whatever you want. I actually have kind of a lot of this left. The Driftless. Oh. 9 a.m. Pacific time. That's right. What, tomorrow? Oh, it really? Oh, 9 a.m. Pacific. Yeah. 876. Cherry sours. They might be called cherry sours now. 6 a.m.? It's not the cherry sours that you get in like the bin. Cherry Clan was the candy that it was made by the same Ferrera pan. Oh, is that 6 a.m. then Eastern time? We release videos 6 a.m. Eastern time? No, you're going the wrong way. It's noon Eastern. Oh, noon. I was like, why would we do that? Jared's Eastern. He can drink along. Like my mom right now, she's always like, what time is it? Like 8? And I was like, Mom, I'm at work. It's 2. I was like, what are you talking about? Eric, you're in. Look at Eric coming in strong here. Eric, last second. You didn't have to do that. Thank you. Richie Z also coming through with an entry for me and one for Shauna Marie D. That just rolls off the tongue. I like that. Shauna Marie D a DJ? Because with a name like that, Shauna could be a DJ.
Be.
Should be.
Yeah.
So, okay, now that I switched immediately back from the Dancing Goat, which is good, but it's wild.
I don't have anything. Wait, I already drank mine.
I switched back to the Driftless Glen. What can we get you? Do you want a cork poppy Old 55 or no?
No.
Okay.
I'd like to just have something chill. Oh, I'll do the fiddler. We're doing the
there you
barrel
go.
picks today,
That's
so
the
we'll do
spirit.
the fiddler.
There you go.
We haven't drank much of this because since it is the only one that we have,
We won't get
I
another
feel
one of
like
those.
it's going to be one of those that sits on the shelf for 3 years, and then I'm going to be like, why haven't we drank this?
Yeah.
I'll be nicer about this.
I kind of want one of those myself. I'm going to have one too. So I can't help myself. Would you pour me a splash of that?
Then I got to do like two. Yes. Can. All right. I just delayed. Here you go. That was better.
Yeah.
Better.
Cleanse my palate before I go sipping on this.
Is Rusty still on? Because usually it's this time where he's like, "What are we having for dinner?" And then
What are we having?
And then I know we're supposed to shut it down because he's like, "What do you guys have for dinner?" I'm like, "Ooh,
Right.
It's time to shut it down." Anyway, are we ready to pick a winner?
It's time. It's absolutely time. Let me get my stupid phone out here.
We joke that this is a 1910 at a 1920 proof. And if I was 5-sipping that, I would think that it was an Old Forester.
Oh, this ASW is so good.
Yeah.
How many you got there?
84.
84. All right. So we're going to have Julie's going to randomize these, and then I'm going to tell Siri to give us a number between 1 and 84.
Wow, there was so much clove and cinnamon on that previous drink.
The Driftless?
It's like no. On the Dancing Goat, it's all I taste right now.
Honestly, the Dancing Goat has more spice than the Driftless Glen pick.
Yeah.
Wild.
And just different spices too.
The tasting glasses are currently sold out. We will be doing a Patreon tasting glass sale sometime in December because I think we're going to have a couple left over from a run of things that we did specifically for those who gave us whiskeys for the tournament. And I need to dig in. I think there might be a couple left in the back of the closet.
But I do think we're going to try to do something for 2024. We don't like to have a lot of extra stuff because we have a very small place that we can store everything. So we try to keep things kind of minimal.
Multiple distilleries reached out to us this week asking us if we wanted samples, and we told them no.
I was like,
because we're out of space. We're out of room. I
got to build that shed in the backyard.
Seriously. Johnny 5 in the house. How's Mavis? She's currently frowning at Julie. That face is not happy.
Wait, she got this. She's like this.
It's a legit frown.
The tail is wrapped around.
Our Patreon glass this year is going to be Kenzie's. We already made the decision. We just love these glasses so
I feel
much.
like I usually we throw things out to the Patreon like, what do you want? And I'm like, no, we're doing like I have two. I have enough Glencairns.
Yeah.
Cairns.
Cairns.
Can't say that word.
All right. What is 84?
Sure.
Pick a number between 1 and 84.
It's so funny how it randomizes.
The answer is 30.
Wow, right on the dot.
3-0. There it is.
We got a welcome back, Bill Becker.
Bill Becker, congratulations. You have a Driftless Glen heading your way. We will be in touch and get that sent out very shortly for you. Congratulations. Wow. There you go. Number 30. That happened quick. We always build up to it for 90 minutes, and then I'm always like, that's it. That's all the fun. And Julie's always
like,
a
second to like randomize and pick the guy.
It seems so sudden. Well, congratulations to you, and thank you to everybody who played along tonight, and thank you to everybody who filled out your brackets. If you haven't yet, do it. And if you only filled one out for Julie, fill mine out too, because part of my pride is a little hurt.
Ooh, I like this. Sorry. I will say, I feel like you're an easier bet than I am.
No way.
You don't think so?
No, I'm a full-on disaster.
That's true. I can't give everything away. Can't give anything away. There's a lot of people that have already filled out their brackets.
9 a.m. Pacific time tomorrow. The entire thing kicks off. We are so excited for you to see this. If you have any questions about that, or if you're running stuck with Shared Pour, please send us an email to bourbonvan@gmail.com, and we'll help you get organized. Yeah. How do you review your selections? What selections?
The Advent selections, I feel like you'll get a receipt. A receipt. You'll get an email, right?
What are you talking about?
For the Advent tournament when you sign up.
Oh, yes.
So you can follow along.
When you sign up for the tournament, when you enter in your email, you should get an email back for each time that you've entered. So if you've entered for me and you've entered for Julie, you should have 2 emails and in that inbox. And if they don't get to you, go to your spam or junk filter. What is the name of it? Common Ninja. Common Ninja is the platform we're using.
It's like a weird thing.
So if it's in your spam, that's where it is. If you can't find it, reach out to us at thebourbonvan@gmail.com. I have links that I can share with you so that you can see both of your entries to make sure that you're all good. I honestly can't believe that tomorrow kicks off the tournament. I'm so excited for everybody to see this.
I feel like it was a long time ago that we originally broached the subject with our Patreons. Like, hey, what do you guys think about this idea? And Peach Coke helped make it happen. You guys helped make it happen. We recorded it. You're still editing. We're not even to the end of like uploading videos or by any means.
We couldn't do this without you. We couldn't do this without Peach Coke, certainly. And every week throughout the tournament, we are going to have a live stream where we're going to talk about the things that have happened so far. We can't wait to have those discussions with you. And next Thursday, be here. Julie won't be here.
I won't. But still show up.
But it's going to be your first ever look at the one and only Peach Coke.
What?
Nobody's ever seen him before. I don't even know what he looks like.
What if he comes in a cape? Like a vampire.
I thought you were talking about
it's like
I thought you were talking about like a Phantom of the Opera.
That's what I'm saying. Like it's got like a big neck. It's tied in the front black. There's like a breeze coming through, so it's like always just like a little bit wafty behind him.
I'll just open a window.
He's just gonna be like from Oregon. I'm just wearing a flannel.
This is
a t-shirt.
This is what I look like, guys. Leave it alone. Well, thank you so much to everybody for joining us tonight, for contributing whiskey samples to this tournament, for signing up for the tournament and entering, and for purchasing these picks and everything else that you do for us. Without you, we wouldn't be doing any of this. And so we want you to know that we appreciate you so much. And what else?
That's it.
From wherever we are.
To wherever you are.
Cheers, everybody.
Good night. Cheers.